Most people don't understand why some people never clean their house. Psychology explained. Your hand has been 6 inches from the pile of mail for 4 days. 6 inches. The same 6 inches you measured this morning at 6:47, when you reached past it for the coffee filters. The fluorescent light hums. The pile doesn't move. Your wife is asleep upstairs. You ran a 14-person stand-up at 3 this afternoon. Your hand has not moved 6 inches in 4 days. You've been called lazy because you never clean. Maybe by your wife. Maybe by your mother, years ago. Maybe just by yourself. Every time you walk past that pile and feel the small drop in your chest. You're not lazy. You ran the meeting today. You solved the bug. You picked your daughter up from soccer and knew, before she said a word, that her friend had been mean to her again. You read the room. You read every room. And then you came home. And your hand stopped 6 inches from the mail. There's a reason for that. It isn't moral. It isn't laziness. And it's a reason almost nobody will give you out loud. So let me say it. You're not lazy. You're load-bearing. You've been holding up everything around you. The company that doesn't run without you. The kids who don't fall asleep without you. The marriage that doesn't have a translator if you stop reading it. And home, the place you're supposed to rest, is the only wall you're still allowed to let sag. Watch this with me. Don't try to fix it yet. There are 3 walls holding your life up right now. The first is the work wall. It's where the man everyone respects lives. The one who runs the meeting. The one who answers email at 11 p.m. The one who never lets the deadline slip. The second is the family wall. It's where the dad lives. The husband. The son who still calls his own mom on Sundays even when the call is hard. And then there's a third wall. You don't have a name for it. Nobody gave you one. The pile on your counter? It's not random. It's sitting exactly where the third wall is supposed to be. And this isn't a hunch you're talking yourself into at 1 a.m. There's a neurology lab in Portugal that watched it happen. In 2012, researchers showed chronic stress remodels the prefrontal cortex, the part that starts new things. The old routines stay, the new ones don't. Which means the pile on your counter isn't a moral failing. It's the cost of a brain that's been running everything else. So look at the first wall with me. The work wall. You walked into the conference room this morning and you read the boss's micro-expression before he opened his mouth. You knew that deal was dead in the water 12 minutes before anyone said it out loud. You're the man your coworkers describe as shockingly organized. Your desk at the office? Spotless. Your calendar? Color-coded. Your team would follow you into a fire. That wall is holding. You built it from the ground up. You're load-bearing for every person in your reporting line. The whole world sees that wall. That's the wall they hand you the title for. That's the wall they tell other men to copy. Now the second wall. The family wall. Saturday morning. Your kid is at soccer. You're one of 3 dads who actually watches. You see him miss the ball, look up, find your face at the sideline. You nod. He goes again. Sunday. You call your dad. You talk about the weather in the car. You hang up. Your mom texts you 10 minutes later. Was he okay? He sounded off. You knew. He didn't. That wall is holding too. Your kids will tell their therapist someday that you showed up, that you noticed, that you were there. And here's the thing nobody says out loud. No one ever gave you the third wall. Nobody sat you down at 8 years old and said a man needs a place inside himself where he isn't carrying anyone. You got a work wall. A family wall. And a polite suggestion that the rest was on you. I'll tell you something I figured out late. I'm 43, and there's a back seat in my own car I haven't dealt with in 3 months. What I'm telling you is your nervous system isn't betraying you. It's the last system in the building still telling you the truth about how much you're carrying. The pile is not a failure. It is a message. The message is simple. Something has been holding up everything else, and it needs a wall of its own. Now the third wall. The one you don't have a name for. Picture this. It's 9 inches the morning. You're at the kitchen counter in your socks. The pile of mail is in front of you. You opened a notes app at 12:47 to make a list. Forwards. Sort mail. Dishes. Garage. Taxes. You read it at 12:51. You close the app at 12:52. The dishwasher beeped 2 cycles ago. You haven't moved. You closed a $1.2 million deal this Tuesday. That moment, between 12:47 and 12:52, that isn't failure. That's the third wall trying to come online for 5 minutes, finding no studs to attach to, and going dark. It's the self-wall. the place you were supposed to be a person, not a function. And home is the one place built to test it. 3 walls. The work wall held today. The family wall held today. The self wall is the one where the pile lives. And that pile is the cost of 2 walls holding without rest. You aren't lazy. You're load-bearing. You aren't failing at home. You're paying in mail, in laundry, in unmade decisions for the fact that 2 other walls didn't fall. The pile is not the verdict on you. It is the receipt for everything else still standing. So before you turn this off, 3 questions. Ask them in your car tonight, or right where you're sitting. 1. Which wall held today, and what did it cost? 2. Has anyone, in your entire life, ever asked about the 3rd wall? 3. One small thing for the self-wall this week, not the pile, not the wife, not the boss. Here's the sentence to keep. I'm load-bearing. The pile is the cost, not the verdict. Say it once in the car before you go inside tomorrow night. Then go inside. If you've stayed this long, you already know what this kind of mind feels like from the inside. Subscribe so the next one finds you.